Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles. I found her.
Hello, it's me. I am here.
She's back. Well, she has to sit in on this video because we're going to talk about the Hollywood cataclysm.
I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Shocker.
So what
but not so shocked.
What is going on is that there was a roundtable. It was the Grill 2024, and we had some Hollywood business types. And there was an industry veteran, is it Jeff Sanjansky, rebuking Hollywood studios for leading to the unbelievable cataclysm in business. Basically, they chased streaming and they blew themselves up.
Yeah, if only somebody had said that it was probably going to end up this way, that it was going to be Highlander, and it was probably a bad idea that everybody had their own streaming service. If only.
What? Look at that. But what do we know? We're just
what do we know?
Couple of stupid YouTubers.
They could just pay us to tell them that something's a bad idea and save themselves millions of dollars, but they never listen.
Yeah, let's talk about this, because anybody who was paying attention could see this coming a mile away. Like, yeah, you can't all be Netflix. And there were a couple bigger players that tried. Disney's even struggling, and they were probably the most successful of any of them. Before we get into any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to clownfish-com for exclusive content and merchandise. Help the channel out. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a streaming service. I don't know. Clownfish Minus, like, we have content out there you have to pay for. It's paywalled. But we're doing better, I think, than some of these companies. These companies are millions and millions and millions of dollars in the hole. All kinds of stories in the last 6 or 8 months. You know, Apple trying to rein their spending in. They've lost a ton of money. Paramount getting sold to Skydance because they blew themselves up with Paramount Plus. And, you know, HBO Max was a huge drain on Warner Brothers, and Disney has still not been profitable with streaming. I mean, they're doing better than most people.
They're claiming they are.
Oh, they're claiming?
But if you have all the streaming. Now, look, the only Max I thought would be okay, but apparently not.
No.
The ones I thought would do the best would be like, well, Hulu ended up being part of Disney.
Yeah.
So Disney, Hulu. And then Max and Netflix, I figured would be the ones that would be okay in the whole ordeal. But yeah, Max is blowing themselves up.
And then we have DirecTV and Dish are merging now to try to survive. And we're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing a lot of these companies trying to survive. And it's like, really, you know, Netflix was completely unfazed.
Yeah, they were always going to be.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm not surprised about at all, was that Netflix was always going to be the one left standing. We joked Netflix and Hulu would probably be the ones that would be left. And that was before Disney took over. But you know what I'm saying. And here we are. Shocker, I tell you.
It's like, you can't do this. I guess my feeling on this is, instead of trying to compete with Amazon, just sell your products on Amazon, right? That's everybody's already there. These companies these studios would have been better off, in my opinion, just creating good content for Netflix and letting Netflix handle the distribution and all that. But they wanted to be tech companies. I wanted to be tech companies, and this is what they get. So this guy, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, Jeff Sanjansky. This is coming from The Wrap. He took Hollywood to task for decisions that have led to massive destruction of value and are causing an unbelievable cataclysm in the business.
So if you all decide you want to be your streaming services, you oversaturate the market with content. Yeah. And you put it out, you shit it out cheaper and cheaper and cheaper because you're trying to compete, but then you're spending it so much across so many different projects, and you're greenlighting stuff that's garbage. And let's be honest here, doubling down on agenda shit really did not help you. What did you expect to happen? Yeah.
He said, you're seeing the traditional business collapse, he said in a conversation with Peter Gruber and the Wrap's editor-in-chief, Sharon Waxman. This is their event that they had. At the same time, you're seeing all this predatory behavior from the streamers, and the two of them together are causing unbelievable cataclysm in the business that we both love. He said he accused Hollywood's traditional studios of accelerating the decline of linear TV by choosing to abandon programming in favor of streaming, which led to what he called predatory behavior from streamers.
Is he talking about the fact that everybody wants to charge the customer, and it's going back to being more expensive than like Dish and cable was before?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Because I mean,
you said that was going to happen too. Just pointing that out.
All the good stuff, quote, and that's even debatable, but all the stuff that would have gone to like ABC television or would have gone to Disney Channel, they're putting it on the streaming services now. right? And they're basically paywalling, a lot more of their content. And we're right back to where we started from with, except it costs a lot more. It's like we're right back to cable, and everything's being paywalled. But the problem is that for the consumer, it was easier to pay a single cable bill than it is to pay like 30 different streaming bills and keep track of like which shows on which network.
Right. Which is why we see these networks trying to merge together for different, like we saw, wasn't Disney going to do some stuff? They're doing that sports thing that's now on hold.
Yeah.
But then we saw them like, oh, well, if you can do with Warner and with Disney, other ones, you can like subscribe and get like Max and stuff like that for a bundle deal, cheaper. They're all having to merge together anyway, because people are canceling because they can't afford it. Unless you have like Tubi and Roku, which is free.
Well, we're going to get there, because he actually says the only way that these streamers are going to survive is if the biggest players merge together.
Well, that's what always happens. It's Highlander. Yeah. We said that.
Yeah.
We said that from the beginning. We said they're all going to do this. And what's going to happen is, it's going to be Highlander by the time it's done. And that's exactly what's going on. Shocker.
Yep. This guy said that, sports is still a major value. It's $150 billion value business in terms of revenue.
Yeah, it's not a value, but yeah.
And NBA, MLB, and NFL represent a $40 billion business. Sangansky also predicted the 4 leading streamers, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney/Hulu, and Max, will form an entertainment, basically a big conglomerate that's likely to draw scrutiny from government regulators.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't think Netflix is going to join Amazon
Netflix
or going to join forces. The only one of this group that might go belly up, tits up, as you'd say, would be Max. The other ones are going to be okay because Disney has the Hulu and everything else and the ESPN. Netflix is always kicking ass, and Amazon's doing okay too on its own. So I don't think any of those three are going to be. I mean, what they're doing, they are joining forces in regard to the fact that, like, I know that Disney and Max and stuff, they were joining forces and Netflix was joining with somebody else, I forget who, that if you do a bundle through them, that you can get a discount and get all of them across, all the services. Yeah. And in that regard, I think they're going to do it. They already are, but I don't think they're going to all merge together to form, Streamtron or something like that,
Form Streamtron. Oh my God. Anyway, he highlighted a total loss of $190 billion in value in the stock prices of major entertainment companies, including Warner Brothers, Disney, and Paramount, noting that television, the traditional driver of entertainment for half a century, has lost almost half of its audience. So basically, you chase streaming, you killed off TV, and now streaming's not working out for you very well either.
Irony is what people are going back to are the old shows like Golden Girls and Friends and things like that. Office, old TV shows. They're
going back to linear TV too. Like they're going back to, because it's actually very confusing, I think, for a lot of people to keep track of all streaming. So they're like, you know what? I'm just going to buy that Roku TV. I'm just going to watch Tubi. It's free. It's ads. It's what I'm used to. And yeah, I'll just watch the old stuff. I don't need to watch the new stuff. And a lot of the new stuff isn't worth watching anyway. It's definitely not worth paying extra for it. So yeah, Goober is another Hollywood veteran and the CEO of Mandalay Entertainment, and he co-owns the LA Dodgers. They had mid-mass layoffs, steep cuts in production, and anxious search for streaming profitability. There's more uncertainty in Hollywood than ever. There will be blood, just like the movie, but there will also be opportunity. Don't give up on entertainment. It's been around for thousands of years. It's not going to go away. Yeah, but Hollywood as we've known it, it's no more.
Yeah, but they dug their own grave on that one. They did it to themselves.
Yeah, that Sangansky again said he's still astounded by how entertainment companies even got to this point. He said they pushed their film and TV libraries to Netflix in response to the decline of DVD in the late 2000s and early 2010s. When streaming starts, people have a choice they can make, and they make it. So what does cable do? They raise the prices. They produced less programming at a time when the building was on fire. They just looked at their cash cow and said, okay, it's over. And that was a fundamental mistake. They never thought, hey, let's lower the prices.
No. Well, Disney, they just upped the prices on everything.
They're like, oh my God, guys.
The prices at Disneyland.
Yeah. It's crazy. They said they need to find success in both worlds, position the bridge between artists and, oh no, this is artsy fartsy. I like the other guy. The other guy's a money guy. This guy's a Hollywood guy. And he's like, we need to find a bridge between art and the audience. It's like, no. You nuke the bridge, and they're not even bringing that up. Okay, so that's a whole nother issue. On top of all the other bullshit that caught the building on fire, it's basically Hollywood getting super greedy. the content itself has chased off a large part of the audience.
I agree.
In the last 8 to 10 years, we've had a lot of political messaging in the content. People are like, you know what? I really don't need to watch these news shows. I'll just watch the old stuff.
Well, it's funny that this guy's like, you have to find your way through to be active in your own rescue. Don't just wait for the government to give you a clear path. Create your own path. And if you don't, you'll be in the dustbin of history.
Yeah, everybody's kind of, I mean, that was kind of what got me about the, back to the strikes. And the strikes were a huge catalyst in what we're seeing now, which is, a lot of people, not working. Golly gee, who could have predicted that when everything's on the decline and now you cost twice as much as you used to? They're not greenlighting as much. But I digress. Yeah, I mean, I think that they were kind of waiting on this like mythical, like, well, it's okay. The studio system's going to save us. It's like, no, it's not. Now the studios, one, they're on fire too. Paramount's on fire, especially. And they're talking about moving out of California completely.
Well, you know what's funny to me? These guys get to come in there and they're like part of this big, we're going to be the think tank and talk about it now. We said this stuff years ago. Yes. Where's our seat on the stage? We could have saved you guys billions.
Oh, well, people were screaming about that because they're
mad at us then. Yes.
They said that, well, no, because Hollywood's like, hey, we're going to start listening to like YouTubers and stuff and put together these like super
groups.
I'm not talking about
that. The super fans. I'm talking about this is all the stuff we said.
You don't know what you're talking about.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. All the stuff we said. Yeah. And it's all coming to pass, just like we said it would. And they're all like, well, we're going to sit here and tell you now. And I'm like, we were telling you. You just didn't listen to us. But, I guess I don't own part of the Dodgers, so.
Yeah, well, that's just it. You're not an approved, vetted personality. But the thing is that, like, it's not hard, okay? Like, I have a background in corporate shit. It's not hard to look at this and just objectively and look at it and be like, look, Hollywood is a business like any other business, and it's on the decline, and you're outside your wheelhouse, and you're trying to chase something else. It's like when McDonald's tried to make pizza, and it didn't work out very well for them. Although people said the pizza was pretty good.
I never saw it, nor did I eat it.
There was I
don't remember that at all.
There was a holdout somewhere in the Midwest. I think it was like Wisconsin or something, that you could still get McDonald's pizza, and then
I don't remember.
Corporate told them to stop with the pizza. We don't do pizza. Anyway, it was like all you needed. It was like Netflix was great. I don't know. I think they stupidly thought like, well, if we have to give Netflix a cut, if we just do it ourselves and we get to keep it all. It's like, did you not realize how hard it was to build the infrastructure? Like that is their thing, right? And then because they all pull their content, then Netflix just filled the void with a bunch of stuff that they greenlit themselves. If all these studios kept their content on Netflix and they were content to just be on Netflix, I don't think Netflix would have greenlit as much of its own content. They wouldn't be as big of a threat as they are now. But no, we couldn't be happy with just, getting that royalty check or whatever. It's like, no, I gotta be the boss. I gotta be the Netflix. Well, basically it was arrogance. They're like, who the hell do you think you are, tech company, coming in here and making content to compete with us? Who do you think you are? It's like, well, they're doing fine.
Well, if Disney didn't have Hulu, they'd be in a lot worse shape.
Oh, God, yeah.
And ESPN, they'd be in a lot worse shape.
So we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
There we go, guys. There we go. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfish-.com. That's clownfish-.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt, on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfish-.com. Thank you so much for the support.